And just wanted to, for anybody who's hopping on now that it is 9 o'clock, just wanted to welcome everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us. You might notice that you are muted. You are going to be muted again for the rest of the program, but we do have that Q&A at the end. Just want to make sure everybody knows what's going on who are jumping in now. Seeing a lot more people jumping on. This is really incredible. Thank you guys all so much. See more, give them hellers, more team smiles. Regina, saw you just hopped in. See lots of people getting ready to go out on their rides. We will do a little reminder of what's going on today, just so that you guys hear it from us. And if you have any questions, again, we'll open it up at the tail end for that. I'm also loving seeing all of the chats in there. Super great to see everybody interacting. It's really awesome. All right, we will go ahead and get started. So good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Keisha Johnson. I am the Team Challenge ALS coordinator up here in Northern California, and welcome to the first ever virtual start line for the Napa Valley Ride to Defeat ALS and Walk. Again, thank you all so much for joining us this morning, being part of this community, and just really showing up for our ALS community with your never give up spirit. It's been truly incredible for all of us here at the Golden West chapter to see so many people rally and come together, especially this year. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Just as a reminder, after the start line is over, we are asking for you all to participate your way, whether that's a ride outside, on a stationary bike, a walk, a hike. I heard some people are going surfing. We have some people out there going kayaking. Do whatever you want to do to participate and help us to defeat ALS. Just remember, when you're doing whatever it is you decide to do, that you take a photo or a video and post it to the social media channel of your choice, and tag also Golden West, and use the hashtags Napa Valley Ride, Never Give Up, Challenge ALS, and Break ALS. And then we are going to come together to wrap up the day at 3 o'clock, right back here on Zoom. So you're going to use the exact same link that you used to hop on here to join us at 3 o'clock for the awards ceremony and for a really amazing concert by Lucky Drive, the same band that y'all rocked out to at last year's event. And then I have an exciting announcement to make things a little more interesting with this year being virtual, and to get everybody active on social media today. We are having a Mike's Bikes social media challenge. So this is something we have never done before, definitely never done on event day. So listen carefully to hear how you will get the chance to win $250 to Mike's Bikes. So to be entered into the challenge, you have to post on social media using at least one of our hashtags and tagging also Golden West. And the cutoff is 2:30 p.m. Pacific time today. So we will be drawing 4 winners. Each winner is going to win the $250 gift card. So a total of $1,000 from Mike's Bikes, sponsoring us again this year. And those winners are going to be announced during our award ceremony, which again begins at 3 o'clock on this exact same link. Jillian is going to throw the hashtag and the account that you have to tag into the chat here. Also, if you're unsure of how to post correctly or how to post on social media using those hashtags and tags, we do have some instructions on our website, and Jillian's going to throw the link to that in here as well. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Cliff Whitlock, Director of Team Challenge ALS.
Incredible. Thank you, Keisha. And good morning, everybody. This is my 5th ride, and now 4 of them actually have been spent with Keisha and I working together to build this event. So I want to say that I'm really grateful for all of your hard work and leadership in making this event so special and meaningful for the families and teams that we work with. And I want to say thank you to the staff behind the scenes today. Taylor Tinsley, our production assistant, Jillian Wallengren, our coordinator for Team Challenge ALS in Southern California, Jenica Lancey, our marketing and communications director, and Asher Garfinkel, our VP of community outreach. And of course, our tremendous volunteer committee, led by our co-chairs, Bruce Fredericks and Miles McConnell, with our subcommittee chairs, Bonnie Pybus and Nick Bleach. So now, as I start every event, I'd like to say, good morning, everyone. And I know you all can't say that back to me, but I hope you feel that and you can say it to the screen. This is probably the closest that some of you have been to my face at the starting line, since some of you are usually at the back of the big group of riders or walkers. Well, it's a different year, that's for sure. And we're thrilled and honored to have you here with us this morning. We have more than 700 participants this year in more than 30 states around the country, which blew our expectations out of the water for a virtual event. And we have just surpassed, as of this morning, $800,000. So pat yourselves on the back. We still have a lot of work to do. We're well on our way to raising more than $1 million toward our goal of $1.3 million, which would be another record for us. The Napa Valley Ride to Defeat ALS and Walk has been the Golden West chapter's largest single fundraiser for years. And last year, 2019, became the largest single fundraising event in the country for the ALS Association. This year, you have proven why that is. Regardless of hosting an in-person event, you've shown up and shown your never give up spirit in honor of the ALS community. Thank you. It appears like we'll have a beautiful day, free of smoke for most of you, I hope. The sky's cleared for a reason, and I personally am really excited to see all the photos and videos that you're going to be posting today. And some of you, of course, hopefully on our live Peloton class, not ours, but on a live Peloton class at 10:30 a.m. I'm going to be in that class since I can't be on a long bike ride today. I'm helping support the social media stuff for us. So before I pass the mic along, I want to say a few more thank yous. Thank you to our sponsors for sticking with us this year, and for a few who came on board for the very first time. So thank you to the Gazardo Partnership, Field Construction, Looker, Commercial Casework, Cytokinetics for being among our top sponsors. Also, big thank you to Hathaway Dinwiddie Construction Company, IBW 617, Power Engineering for being a new sponsor this year, Union Bank, Trinchero Family Estates, SIAR Foundation, Able Services, Hertz Investment Group, another new sponsor this year, and of course, Mike's Bikes. And thank you, all of our participants and teams, for helping us raise so much in a virtual year. We want to give a special shout out to some of our top teams here. So at the top, no surprise here, Team Give 'em Heller in honor of Kevin Heller, just surpassing their record last year and setting a new fundraising record for our chapter, raising more than $165,000. So big round of applause for all of you and your team. Team Smiles in honor of our co-chair, Miles McConnell, raising $87,000 and still climbing. Team Linda and Marvin, in memory of those two incredible people, raising nearly $70,000. Team Hot Dog in honor of Matt Chaney. Team Avon in memory of Dr. Steve Avon. Team Cohen in memory of Lori Cohen. Team Fremont Bank. Team Turtle in memory of Steve Ertel. Ain't Too Proud to Beg Angels in honor of Dina Reed and Daryl Vrahman. Mike Kennedy Surf Club, led by Katie Kennedy in memory of her brother Mike. Team Rusty in memory of Rusty Seelix, who was our Advocate of the Year in 2018 and led by his son Shay. Team Boma, Della and Davis team, Team Amazing, Team Cytokinetics, Dottie's Guys and Dolls in memory of Dottie Pybus and led by her daughter, Bonnie Pybus, the founder of our event. And last but not least, the Golden West Wheelers, led by our very own president and CEO, Fred Fisher. So thank you to all of these teams and all of your teams, all of your individual efforts. Every little dollar, every single dollar adds up to a world without ALS. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the team captain of the Golden West Wheelers, the Golden West chapters, president and CEO, Fred Fisher.
Thanks, Cliff, and good morning, everyone. Like all of you, it's really hard not to be together, but it is very inspiring that rather than being in the Napa Valley during Crush, we're all together here, wherever we are, it's together. And that's a really great metaphor for this amazing community of volunteers and that regardless, we're together. The work of the chapter has changed in so many ways this year, but the services we provide to the ALS community and the urgent demand for them has never been higher. Like you, we didn't stop. We never closed. We certainly never gave up. And in the midst of COVID-19, there continue to be some really amazing developments. On the advocacy front, the chapter has been leading the way on the Yes on Prop 14 effort. That's the effort to renew funding for the California Institute for Regenerative Medicine, the world's largest stem cell research program, launched right here in California, when in 2004 we helped pass Prop 71. Now we need your yes vote on Prop 14. To learn more about this amazing initiative, come to a webinar on October 6th featuring the Prop 14 chair, author, instigator, Bob Klein. On the research front, we have 3 phase 3 clinical trials that are hopefully going to read out at the end of this year. Phase 3 is the efficacy phase, where drugs are either confirmed to work or not. And I don't think there's ever been a time when we've had 2 of them going on simultaneously. And we'll know more about that as the year comes to a close. And also recently, we had really encouraging data from a phase 2 trial. Based on those results, we are advocating for accelerated approval and expanded access. On the care front, the chapter has been a leader because of your support for years and years. That's no different now, because very quickly in the face of this pandemic, seeing what was coming, we transformed every single thing we do using online technology, much like this, our clinics, our care management, our home visits, our support groups, our webinars, more people with ALS being served than at any time before. Which is why, notwithstanding all of these incredible results so far, we know there's more to do. And that's why all of you are here today. You're powering that effort. You're powering that expansion. You are the truly dedicated individuals. You registered, you've been fundraising, and you're here to ride virtually with us on behalf of the Golden West chapter. So the board of directors, the community we serve, the amazing team of staff and volunteers that are really driving the work of the chapter, we all thank you. It's your unrelenting efforts to support people with ALS and the fuel you provide to us so that we can work to discover new treatments and cures is what will help us achieve our vision of a world without ALS. So thank you for everything you're doing, and keep doing it as we power toward our $1.3 million goal. Thank you.
Incredible. Thanks, Fred. And next, it is my pleasure to introduce a dear friend of the chapter, a dear friend of mine, our former co-chair. He's been a part of almost every single ride, maybe every single ride. And kind of our current shadow chair. He's always giving us some advice on ways to make the ride more fun and meaningful. And of course, the team captain of one of our top teams, Team Hot Dog. So it is my pleasure to introduce Matt Chaney.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all so much for your participation in the 16th annual Napa Valley Ride and Walk to Defeat ALS. My wife Liz, our family, and I began our journey with ALS 20 years ago in 2000. It was not until 2004 that we crossed paths with the Greater Bay Area chapter and the Walks to Defeat ALS. That year, we participated in all 7 walks at the Central Valley, Central Coast, and Northern California walk cities. We also rode in the Central Coast Century Ride to Defeat ALS. The chapter actually hosted 2 Ride to Defeat ALS events, but only for a few years. At the Central Coast Ride, Liz and our 2 young sons rode the 12-mile family route, and I rode as the stoker on the rear seat of a tandem, completing the full century route. This would be the same tandem I rode a metric century at the first Napa Valley Ride to Defeat ALS. By the second Napa Valley Ride in 2006, I had purchased a 3-wheel recumbent that enabled me to continue riding through the 9th year of the Napa Valley Ride in 2015. This is when I met Miles McConnell, one of our current co-chairs of today's ride. I handed down my recumbent trike to him, knowing he would put it to good use. I may have neglected to tell Miles that when a treatment or cure is discovered and I'm able to ride again, he has to give it back. Of course, all the super cool bells and whistles he has added will have to remain on the trike. We feel very fortunate to be part of such an incredibly inspiring, strong and caring ALS community that is brought together by these events. Like ALS, the Napa Valley Ride and Walk has not been without challenges. For the first 14 years, we gathered at the California Veterans Home in Yountville to ride, walk, eat, drink, listen to great live music, and to mingle with friends, old and new. Last year, the Veterans Home was no longer available, and we had to change the venue to a Justin Siena High School in Napa. Due to the coronavirus pandemic, we are coming together this year virtually by Zoom. We are so grateful and very lucky to have a ride committee of volunteers and a chapter staff that have demonstrated their overwhelming commitment, creativity, and resilience to organize and produce this fabulous ALS community celebration year after year after year. The venue and circumstances may change, but it won't stop us from coming together as a community to honor those family members and friends who have passed away from ALS. To celebrate another year, another month, another week, or another day of those patients and families currently living with ALS. To increase awareness, and most importantly, to provide fundraising to support the Golden West chapter and the ALS Association in their efforts to find a cause, a treatment, or a cure, so that no one else will have to live with this terribly brutal disease. So today, as you ride, walk, hike, paddle, swim, binge watch what's left to see on Netflix, or just kick back and enjoy drinking a wobbly pop or a bottle of your favorite fermented grape juice, please keep in mind that we are together, and together we will defeat ALS. Be well, be safe, and never give up.
Thank you so much, Matt. That was hysterical. Maybe one of the best start line speeches ever. We're so grateful for you joining us and sharing your story, although based on Miles' reaction, I'm not so sure he's too excited to hear he has to give his bike back. I would now like to introduce Sergeant Bradshaw, whom many of you may recognize from our past events. He's the CHP officer at the start line that always gives our safety talk, and this year is no different. So for your safety reminder of the day, give us a moment to pull up Sergeant Bradshaw's notice to you.
All right, good morning, and thank you for participating in this year's Ride to Defeat ALS. As always, safety is our #1 concern. For those of you on your bikes, please remember to follow the rules of the road, ride single file, and always wear your helmet, glasses, and gloves. For our runners and walkers, make sure to watch the path you're on for surface and tripping hazards. And for the participants on the water, please wear your life jackets and sunblock at all times. I hope each and every one of you has an excellent day, and thank you for being part of this awesome event.
Awesome. Thank you to Sergeant Bradshaw. And everybody, please do remember to stay safe today, no matter how you choose to participate. Now, the finale of the start line here. We are going to get all warmed up and ready to go. I would like to introduce a member of our SoCal Ride to Defeat ALS Committee, Anastasia Arnestad from Veggie Fitness.
Thank you, Keisha. Good morning, everybody. And thank you so much for being here and supporting this event as we pivot to being virtual this year. It means so much to all of us. I ride in memory of my grandfather. And as Keisha mentioned, I am on the planning committee for the SoCal Ride. So thank you so much for having me here this morning. So for our warm up this morning, it'll be a quick 4-minute, shuffle around, just try and get the blood flowing, wake those of us up who are not morning people on Saturday morning. So we'll wake up together. For those of you that will be staying seated for this warm up, go ahead and just enjoy the music and cheer us on. So I'm going to get the music started and stand on up, and we will begin our warm up.
1, 2, 3.
All right, go ahead and stand on up. We're going to start by marching in place. Keep that core engaged, breathe through it, bring those knees up nice and high, and breathe. Nice. You guys look great. All right, from here, bend your knees, push out the wall on either side of you, bend and press. Doing great. Let's reach up and across. We're going to move on to knee thrusts in 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees up nice and high. Ten more seconds. Breathe through it. We're going to move on to those butt kicks in 3, 2, and 1. For these, bend your knees, bring your heel up, incorporate your arms. You guys got this. Looking good. We've got front kicks in 3, 2, and 1. Power stance. Alternate those front kicks. Ten more seconds. We're gonna move on to jabs in 3, 2, and 1. Bend those knees, jab. Good, breathe through it. Still engaging that core. 10 more seconds. Uppercuts in 3, 2, and 1. Halfway. We're gonna step it up with jump rope in 3, 2, and 1. Jump it out. Ten more seconds, and then we'll slow it down with huggers. All right, let's hug it out. Open up that chest nice and wide. Give yourself a hug. Alternate the arm that's on top. Breathe through it. And that's it for your warm up. Shake it out. Awesome job, everyone. Thanks for having me here this morning. Stay safe out there, everybody.
Woo! Thank you so much, Anastasia. I had to stop early to catch my breath here. Thank you again, everybody who joined us today for the virtual start line and the 16th annual Napa Valley Ride to Defeat ALS. We are so grateful for each and every one of you.
And just to close it out, don't forget to post today and be entered in to win $250 worth of Mike's Bikes gift card dollars. And remember to never give up on your rides and your efforts to challenge ALS today. And enjoy it, have fun, and we will hopefully see all of you back here at 3 p.m. on Zoom with the same link. And thank you very much.